My name is Trịnh Vân Hoa. I'm the Senior Director of online Nguyễn Kim, one of the members of the Central Group Vietnam. I have 20-year experience on the retail back-end manufacturer and 17-year experience on the front-end retail industries, including online, modern trade retails, and now directing to the omnichannel retail model. The digital adopted by the Vietnam consumer very well. You can imagine that 52% of the population in Vietnam now using internet. However, 65% of total population now using the mobile phone, and 1/3 of the population now using the smartphone and using the social channel in order to communicate with the digital and internet. So the social channel becoming very important for Vietnamese in general and consumer. The most effective channel is the Facebook channel. 80% of the social channel via the Facebook. The roadblocks for the e-commerce of Vietnam, it will be the technology, software solution cost. I'm experienced poor online organization that they have to pay from 17% to 30% of their total revenues on the technology and the solution, or experience setup that they have to build their own team in order to building their own software. And anyhow, it's cost a lot for the retail in order to move to the digital area. So my message to the technology solution partner that if you want your software popular and can use by many different retailers, it's better that you can give a reasonable cost that more of the retailer can use your solution. And the software solution partner, you should work together in order to giving the end-to-end solution and one packet of the solution that the retailer can easily to seamlessly link with the back-end system that they have and link with the front-end engagement system that the retailer they decide the different touch point, and helping the SME to join that environment as well, because still 70% of the total retail industries come from the SME in Vietnam. The second roadblock will be the payments and the logistics. As you know that the Vietnam is very long. It's like an S. And in order to connect the customer from this end to another end, the e-commerce is the beautiful channel to helping the retailer to reach the customer. And it's another point that 65% of the total population of Vietnam living in the rural area. Their demand is growing very fast. So the digital will be the key trend and the key tool for all of the retailers to reach the customer at the hard to reach area. The third roadblock for the e-commerce of Vietnam will be the logistics. The logistics and the logistic cost is also an barrier where we need to have different solutions for logistics, and the solution need to be benefit and economy to bring the cost down. And the third will be the simple and methods and simple solution process for SME to join the e-commerce. And the cross-border policy between the country is also one of the road for the e-commerce to grow faster in Vietnam. Yeah. So I think that for the digital of the Vietnam, it will not only the technology, but it will be the collaboration between the power of technology with the customer behavior and the culture of the customer. It will be collaboration of that three angle in order to build an era for the retail digital in Vietnam. The e-commerce and the mobile technology have brought the tremendous opportunity and strong impact on the economic sector, especially for the retail distributions industries. Actually, the e-commerce were helping to educate the customer and to bring them online. A lot of the e-commerce will make a huge investment in Vietnam in order to educate the customer and moving them from traditional and modern trade behavior to the digital buying online. And the development of e-commerce helping to move the behavior of the customer and helping to train, educate the customer to buying more online. By doing that, it's helping the total of the industry is growing faster. In Vietnam, you can see that the e-commerce revenues were growing 2 to 3% of the total retail industry, and it's growing very fast. It's growing and the amount is about $4 billion of US dollar, and it's growing 5 times to compare with 2012. And the government now set another target that from now into the 2012, the e-commerce revenue will grow about 5% of the total industry, and the amount of that will be $10 billion. So you see that in the short period of time, the e-commerce revenues were expected to grow another 2.5 times in the 2012. So and the government now also very focused into encourage all of the retailer, all of the SME joining the digital era and grow Omi way their retail sector into the Omi channel directions. I think that the retailer, in order to, you don't need to compete with the e-commerce. It's better that you joining the e-commerce. It's better that you adopt the good solution of e-commerce and modify it into your own way of doing the retails. So keep what you good at and move and join and change in order to adopt e-commerce solution into your solution. Choose the good touch point that your customer prefer on the digital, and then set the customer journeys and the customer experience smoothly for them to join both of your online experience and offline experience. By doing that, you have and you maintain your bit of market share on offline, and you grow together with the e-commerce partner in the e-commerce sector. So that model I call is the environment of omnichannel, where the retailer can do not only the offline physical touchpoint that they are setting up for year, but they also can grow and set up their own way of the digital environments and the touchpoint for the customer to experience. And the customer now is more than any time, they have a lot of power. They have a power to know what kind of offer. They have the power in order to learn about the product before they buy. They have the power in order to standing at one place, even standing at your store, and look at the offer from different of the competitor that they can find easily on their phone. And so we need to cut the customer not only the time that they are inside your store, but anywhere that they are. And when they engage with you on one touch point, you have to realize that and maximize that touch point and convert them to the revenues. However, the omnichannel will helping you to reducing the cost. Most of the retailers, when they look at the e-commerce, they're really nervous because most of e-commerce now they didn't able to make much of money as the offline. However, with the omnichannel, it will helping you to make the profit and helping you to have the healthy business in order to maintain your level of the service, your quality of the product, to giving the best offer to the customer. And omnichannel will helping you with the benefit business. Why? It's because, I take one example. If the customer already receiving your emails and read your emails, then you don't need to send them the message, because the message will costing you more. Yes, and then you don't bother them by read the emails and then receive the same message on the SMS. It costs you money. Omnichannel will helping you to seamlessly link between the divider, link between the customer journey that you're setting up, and helping you to reducing costs. By doing that, your business will be more profitable. And this is just one example. When you do the Omni, you need to cross the Omni to all of the department that you have. Like you need to set up environment to Omni the commercial department, to Omni the logistics department, to Omni the services between store and services on online. Omni the after sales service in order to one consistent after sales service to the customer. No matter what they are online or they are offline, they should receiving one consistent message from you. And more than that, you need to omni your finance, omni your inventory. So create your environment of omnichannel to giving the customer seamlessly, consistently, unique, and giving them the simple service both on to off and off to on. This will be the key direction for the retails from now to the future. So capture that and grow and change with the customer behavior and customer experience is changing now. Vietnam people, we love to learn, like to learn, and we invest in order to learn. Take one example. Now 10 of the households in Vietnam, 6 to 8 of them invest the human money for the millennial and the young generation in order to go to abroad and study. So the digital trend, technology trend will be adopted by the populations of Vietnam and the household in Vietnam fastly. With that trend, they can learn the best from the world and bring back to the country. So the omnichannel will be adopted very well in Vietnam, and it is now. In Vietnam now, we have 1 or 2, or maybe more than that, the good example of omnichannel. And Nguyen Kim Trading, who's selling the electronic, is one of that example. And by that example, I think that omnichannel will be pressed larger to the total environment of the retails. And the commercial industry of trade of Vietnam, they also realize of the importance of the omnichannel in the future. A lot of the conference, a lot of discussion about omnichannel now growing very popular now in Vietnam. Symlis is also one of the example. And Symlis will be happen in September, and I guarantee you it will be attracted a lot of the brands and a lot of the retail, both traditional and modern trade and poor online and the omnichannel attendee into that event. And buying that information and message passing around, the omnichannel will become an environment for the Vietnam in the future to grow. And because the customer Vietnam, they're very curious and they love to learn, and they adopt it very fast, the new trends. Omnichannel will grow very good in Vietnam. And the customer, they will enjoy the facility that the retail is giving them, where they can stand anywhere, any place, anytime, can touch any divider, and they will receive the seamless message from the retailer and enjoy to buy on both online and offline via the omnichannel retail environment era that the retailer they will giving to the Vietnam customer from now to the near future. It will disperse, and it's not only the big retailer now focus into the omni-channel, but the SME now they also interested into that solution because it's helping the whole economy, saving the cost, and it's helping more simple and convenient for the customer. And as well, the big brand like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Unilever, and the big giant like Central Group Vietnam also now focus into the omni-channel solution in order to give the customer the most convenient solution. So I think the growth in omni-channel will be very fast because it's helping not only the retailer, but it's also helping the consumer and helping the total retail development. In September, I will share some information about the retail situations in Vietnam. With my little experience and information, I will share some of the example and some of the key learning during the omni-channel transaction that we experienced so far. And I'm trying to share that in order to growing together with the own partner and growing together with the consumer in Vietnam, and also willing to listen into all of the comment from another partner, and in order to grow the retailer into the omni-channel direction, which I believe that it will be the future for Vietnam retails. And the omni retail directions is not only realized by our own setup, but also realized by the Prime Minister, our commercial Prime Minister, and also realized by the retail associations and the e-commerce association in Vietnam. So we all believe that it will be the future directions, and our company definitely will be a part of that growing. And we come and share in order able to learn from different opinions, and we prefer to grow together with the SME and another retailer in Vietnam. So in September, we will share in order to learn.
So you want to finish off with saying,
Join me this September at Seamless Vietnam.